Hey there, gamers! So, our first episode for this is basically playing a game called ANNO 1800 made by Ubisoft. This is a really nice game. I've tried playing this for a few hours or even more, and I really like it because you're gonna make your own city, well, town, then city, then pretty much grow that city as an economic powerhouse. So as you can see here, this is how it looks like in game when you start. So let's first of all, I need to change the name of the settlement. So let's say we're gonna put in a Plano, since I'm from Plano, Texas, right there. Okay, and this is the first island that I'm gonna get. It's quite huge, as you can see here, and has certain resources that I can actually have. On the lower left corner, you have potatoes, you got green, you got red pepper, and nitrate deposits. You also have clay deposits, iron deposits, zinc, and oil spring. What I need to do for endgame eventually is to have at least copper and some cement. So in this case, on this particular island, which is currently unsettled, they do have limestone deposit where I can make cement, copper deposit, coal, iron, which I already have the other island, and clay. This two right here are important, so it's important for me to get this island ASAP. That way, for endgame, I should be able to have those resources without anything. And why do I do that? Because I have other NPC players that will settle on other islands also. So I want to make sure that they don't get this island before I do. So I'm going to have to get it first. Now, just letting you know that I am not a super expert player in this one. I will make mistakes. This is not something that tips or anything that I can give you to make yourself play better. But I want you to enjoy, playing this game with me from the start. And that's what my channel would be focusing on. Just let's play. Let's play in a casual game manner. You don't need to be perfect. You can make mistakes and discover new stuff and new things with me as we go through this game. Okay, so this is my flagship. It's called Marigold. I'm gonna change that. So I'm gonna put in a let's say USS Enterprise for all those Trekkies there. Enterprise as my flagship. There you go. I do have my small trading post here ready to go. I do have some wood so that I can make houses and some timber later on. I also have some fish to start with. But since I have my flagship and I do have timber and I do have steel beams already, which is part of the requirements for me to create a new outpost for a different island, I'm gonna do that, just that. So first, before I do this, remember, when I have to go to one particular island and try to colonize it as an outpost, all the things that I have in here will go to the new outpost. I don't want the weapons to be on that island, as you can see here. So if you have your boat here or your ship near your outpost, you can do your trading screen. When you do that, you'll be able to see what's inside on your USS Enterprise, what its cargo is, and what the outpost has right now as current inventory. Right now we only have wood, timber, fish, steel beams, and weapons. So I'm gonna put the weapons towards the Plano outpost. I can do it one at a time. When I click that, that's one at a time. Or I can do 10 at a time, or the whole thing. So in this case, I'll just do the whole thing. When I click that, all of those 10 will go here. That's how you exchange goods between your ship, whichever is near the harbor, or not. If it's not near the harbor, that particular button will not be clickable. This one will not be clickable. So since I have the timber and the steel beams now, I'm gonna go ahead and go to this island because the resources I need for endgame is there. Now, in order for you to know which to have the harbor be built, it needs to be in a beachhead. So in this case, right now we don't have a beach here. So look for areas that this one is good. This one, I think there is a beach also. I think so. We can try that or this. We shall see. So what we need to do is let's see what this is. I think this is the better one right here. Yeah. So just click here where your actual island is. Click the ship. Go to this area right here and see if you can put the ship there. So right click.
On our way.
And I say said, it's on their way. I'm gonna put that as a hotkey. So we're gonna put in a control 1. That way when I click control 1 or 1, it goes to that particular ship. So while that ship is going, and you can see it from the mini-map right here, it's actually moving, I'm gonna start making the layout of our town. It's gonna be a small town. As you can see here, I created a grid, a square for me to put in for the town. This will be put in with a lot of necessities, like for example pub, churches, schools, fireman stations, and everything like that that the city or the town will need. But for now, I'm doing this as a plan, as a layout. If you look at my marketplace, it's actually transparent. What it means is that it's under blueprint mode. It's not even built yet, but I'm able to build a lot of stuff here without even putting materials on. That way I can plan ahead of time how the city will look like and how endgame will look like. So right now I'm actually doing an architecture mode where I can actually plan ahead, or blueprint mode, you know, what the town would look like. But before we do that, let me explain to you what the menu looks like for now. So on the upper left corner, you got your money, then your balance, you know, how much your income is and how much you're spending, because each and every building here that is needed by the city has a spending amount, like expense. You need to pay that in order for that building to work. But in exchange, your citizens will pay taxes and you should be able to pay that out. Next is the global population. We got 4 types of population. We got farmers, you got workers, you got aristocrats, then you got engineers. The higher the level of the population, the more complex the production chain will be, and the more expensive the the buildings that you can create for that. But each building will need materials, and that materials you need to put in on your city, on your island, as much as you can, in order for you to afford the next level of the population. The next thing is the influence. The influence, you'll be able to get that the more population you have and the more investors you attract to your island. You can click for more details, but we'll explain that later. On the right side is basically the speed of the game. See if you're online and your day cycle, and of course the main menu. On the lower left, you should be able to see diplomacy, your routes, and the world map. So for now, we're going to use diplomacy because you need to learn how to interact with your computer players. And this is how it looks like. So you got 3 players here that is pretty much in competition with you, meaning that they're doing their own cities again as well, and they're trying to make outposts for other islands, because the moment you have an outpost on an island, you own that island. No one else can build on that island except for you. And that's the reason why I actually had to get the other island as much as I can, which reminds me I have to do that as soon as possible. But for now, these are all easy players because I'm using easy mode in this game. I don't want that too much stress, but at the same time, it's not too much boring. I want to earn money as much as I can, and that's my goal. This is a pirate for this particular area. There's another pirate on another area, which is the New World, but that you'll see that later on. And this is almost always at war with you.
The Empire shall feel the wrath of scimitar, spear, and cutlass.
There you go. That's Anne Harlow. That's how she talks. And on diplomacy, you should be able to talk to them and make treaties. And for treaties, you should be able to see request trade rights, you can request non-aggression pact, and of course declare war. And let's not do that for now. And this one is your reputation level. Usually they provide you quests later on, and if you complete those quests, your reputation goes up along with some rewards. And again, we'll discuss that later once we have those quests. Alright, so let's go to the other island first. As you can see here, my ship is here now, and as you can see, this is transparent right here. I can make outpost and claim this island for myself. So as you can see, it's called Unsettled Island right now. So if I click here, see that? Then build trading post, because I need 10 wood or timber and 8 steel. I can just go ahead and do a build trading post, and it doesn't require any reputation at all. But eventually, once you have too much ownership for each and every island, it will require you some reputation, and that will be like currency for you later on in game. And I still have 2,500. I can afford this, and that's the reason why this is clickable, because if you can't afford it, this will be grayed out. Just click build trading post. Bam!
I suppose expansion is always good.
Your reputation goes up here for that particular player.
Your luck with
Willie doesn't like you, expanding, so it's normal for him to do that. Now, this will be the default name for that island, so I'm gonna put in a different name. Let's say Houston, because I'm from Texas. There we go. You can rename the island there. And now I shouldn't worry about getting the limestone deposit, copper deposit later in the game, because it will be needed when you're actually in the part of going to the engineer type of population. They need more resources, believe me. Okay, so once we have that, as you can see, each and everything that you have inside your cargo by your USS Enterprise will go to the outpost. So for now, I want him back. I want that boat back, or ship back, to my new island. Right click. Okay, so that will be for today. I invite you to go and click on my next episode, and we're going to create the blueprint for the city or the town of Plano. And we're going to concentrate on making sure that all the farmers that we're going to have will get their needs done. Thank you for watching. Till then, until next time.